Hi everyone, it's Nasir here. It's been quite a while I haven't done no trading actually. There's a reason for this, due to some mishap. And I'll explain what the mishaps were so they can learn from this mistake that I made, a very critical mistake actually. So on my last video, you'll remember I showed you this chart and I did some technical analysis on this, which was showing me some technical divergence as shown by the MACD histogram and the RSI with the price trending down. And what I wrote was that expect WTI crude to rally up to around $20 to $25 at least. So that was my position that I was taking, and obviously I opened a few positions at the time, but I had to close those positions literally 2 days ago. Actually, I had to close those positions literally 2 days ago as crude oil hit around 22, because what was happening is at 22 my options were still not breaking into profit, even though it was a straddle. So you can see the put loss is not covered by the profit on the calls, and obviously owing to really low volatility, the option prices weren't actually increasing as rapidly as they should have. So it's really unfortunate actually. So what I decided was to close this trade, because if oil was to reverse back from 22 down, heading down back towards 15, I will reach expiry and I'll just end up with a bigger loss. So I took a really small loss, £100 loss here. But the question is, why did I not make a killing on this? Because my analysis was spot on, right? Did crude oil rally from around this $10 mark to around 20 to 25? Let's have a look. This is what the chart looks like now. Boom, you see crude oil rallied up to 25, and it's quite shocking how accurate the analysis is. But unfortunately, in this scenario, it reminded me of some of the mistakes I made back in the days 10 years ago, where my analysis would be really good, but my execution would be so poor that I'd end up coming out with nothing. And this is a scenario where this has happened. So why did this happen? So even though my analysis was saying, hey Nasir, go ahead, do a long, oil should be recovering for a while before the June expiry. So let's have a look at the actual crude oil chart to get an understanding of what actually happened, and I'll take you through the problems that I faced and the mistakes that I made. So I'm going to put up the hourly chart. This is where we were when I posted this analysis that crude oil is going to rally. And okay, so crude oil did, we took a position, but then what happened? Oil unexpectedly started to reverse and head back towards the $10 mark, and that's quite a big movement here, by the way. That's from $18 back down to 10. That's a huge movement, and that shook me, to be honest, because I did not expect something like that. And what I did was, and it's a very unfortunate mistake, because again, it's just like being a novice trader again, I closed that right at the bottom here. And what happened after that? The price started to continue climbing thereafter. So what actually happened? You see, oil dropped here because of USO. That's the United States Oil Fund, the biggest holder of crude oil. They hold about 25% of the contracts. They ditched all their June 2020 contracts, and that caused the price to plummet. Obviously, I found out after and realized, hold on a minute, damn, that was a mistake. And yeah, so as soon as they've finished dumping, the price continued its rally. So yeah, unfortunately, came out with nothing, even though price rallied from around $10 all the way to $25. I got scared and I closed out the trade prematurely, when I should have held onto my guns and said, no, my overall analysis is saying that the bigger picture, oil should be rallying for a while, but no, close it out. So unfortunately, that's the situation. Yeah, I took a new position expecting oil to dip. I felt at 25 oil has reached its peak, because if you look at this here, we do have a sort of resistance line going on here around the 25 mark, which is why initially I calculated that it should hit as high as 25 only. right? So right here, and we've actually got another level around 20 here as well, so we could expect oil to stop rallying at around 25 now, because it's also coinciding with this moving average 50, by the way, the blue line. So we've got a strong resistance there, and it should actually dip to around $20, probably as low as 18 again.